Oran's from back when Morin wasn't played at all in the jungle. Now, him in side lane, playing those same characters could be doubly terrifying.
We'll go into the pick and bans, and then we'll find out who Samaster will be running around with for Nova Esports, and that'll give us a clue where he's going to be. But we are banning out. Elsie's gone, Liliana's gone, Sephra's gone.
Consistently getting rid of the Lindis throughout both qualifiers, consistently getting rid of the Elsu. Those seem to be like the most nailed down bans right now.
I've called Lindis Liliana.
It's all right.
Somebody would have noticed.
they're
I'm holding my hands up there.
I've done that so many times.
I know.
Lindis, Liliana, L'Oreal. But the one thing I want to point out here is the Omen. Not a ban we see very often.
First ban, too.
Yeah, he's been picked pretty often, though. So not the craziest thing. Now the Richter coming through. So that goes through. Then we have Florentino. Will we finally see Florentino?
Oh yes.
Spicy.
Boom.
That was so quickly locked in. And yes, Florentino is incredibly powerful right now. He recently got a buff. Not so much he's more powerful, but he's easier to play.
Well, we saw him for Clash Spain in our second game of the day, but not as strong a feature as I thought we might do. So let's see what he can do in the hands of Ace, Marja, and Violet.
I like this because this gives them right off the bat really good side lane wave clear and the Violet to punish from range. The bad thing is that allows you to instantly know what you're playing against, and I'd expect you to go for a tankier roster that can't be burst down by the Violet right now.
Exactly. Violet has that burst damage from the Tactical Fire, not like a traditional marksman where they have the consistent damage to take down the front line. And to help save that Violet, here comes the Xenial.
Xenial and Annette coming through. That gives them so much support to keep the Violet alive. But we already saw Liliana and Crash into the Violet. That's the mobility to threaten the Violet and the tanky HP to play frontline.
Ooh, those were
auto locks. That might have been a last second quick finger, or it might have been just literally what was left over. If it was what was left over because they ran out of time, they might be in trouble, because that's Crash and Alice on the same team.
We've seen
they don't have a jungle.
Well, were they? Yeah. So you think they might technically then have just been indecisive, chatting a bit too much and literally run out of time? You don't see that often.
Could also be a little bit of a connection issue.
They don't have a jungle, unless they're running Irie.
Irie can jungle. No. Florentino can jungle.
No.
Raz came in, by the way, as the last pick for Nova.
This might be a bit of a disaster here for Ace.
They're shuffling people around. They're trying to figure it out. Alternatively, just have a plan.
Fran is going to crush jungle. Let's do this.
I mean, I'm in. I've been playing Oromar jungle. Ask me about it.
Oromar actually has two damaging abilities. Crush, on the other hand, has a shield that doesn't damage monsters.
What would Soul Reaver Crush look like?
Soul Reaver Crush? Okay, well, we got our answer. It's going to be Florentino in the jungle. Florentino can actually clear quickly, but he can't gank very well, because how would you avoid a Florentino gank? You just walk away.
Yeah, Florentino needs you to contribute to a team fight, because he lays out those flowers and he needs to stand on them to reset his energy meter, which means he doesn't succeed if you leave the radius of his flowers. He only succeeds if you can guarantee that you're stuck in a team fight versus him for a while.
And that's why he's so good in lane, because you're basically dueling your opponent the entire time. If you cede the lane to Florentino, he just gets more farm than you, and that's bad as well. That's why he's such a good side lane hero. He can clear the jungle fast. He's not very good at actually doing anything after that.
We were talking about Sir Muster and where we're going to find him on the side of Nova. He's got Marja.
It's probably side lane.
Right, and I was expecting to see the Marja-Florentino matchup. Apparently that's going to be the Irie matchup instead. So a lot of non-fighting. They're not going to fight each other. Just clear the wave and move on.
Basically. Passive encounter where we just take out poor minions who didn't really have anything to do with this in the first place.
Exactly.
And it's going to go on for ages.
So do you think this is going to be
North America, stand down. We won't be needing you later.
Do you think we are looking at a late game setup then?
For whom?
Everyone.
We're going to go on
because at this point, neither of these teams feels like has tower pressure. The Violet won't really be active in that tower pushing role until late game.
Well, that does give win condition here for Nova, because if they can start to get a little bit ahead, if they can get one of the major objectives, whether it's the Abyssal or the Darkslayer, then Violet is just free towers. You cannot touch her, and not only that, but if you get near the towers, you get damaged by that Tactical Fire as well.
So, tower defense, but if we get to late game, you think Nova just win?
Yeah, Nova, I believe, has the better comp. The way that Ace can take this is if Nova decides to fight Florentino.
But this Ace pick includes some that we were going, well, wait, Alice, what's she doing there? Oh, hang on, they don't have a jungler? What's going on there? It feels like that Ace pick may have been a mistake, at least in one, if not two places.
They're either literally the smartest people alive, or they messed up and waited too long. They either have the greatest plan that none of us can figure out.
There's a middle ground.
No, there is no middle ground. This
But you're
either
also saying that
works.
Nova need this to get to late game to win.
Well,
Against a roster that might be a mismatch.
If it gets to late game, Nova wins. In the early game, I don't think that Ace necessarily has a major advantage. So that's a problem for them.
Crash is great early game. They're very good in-gauge character for the early game because that metamorphosis, maybe you can see the Crash opening things up, being able to force fight for the Florentino because of those massive stuns, hissy fits, the sunshine from Alice. There are tools to guarantee the Florentino gets the ideal fight. And if the Florentino is power farmed from the jungle, maybe this works out.
And what's the ideal fight for Florentino? Because he's still quite new.
Just
so we don't have
fighting.
so much time in it. We know he needs the flowers. The 3 flowers come down. You have to touch those, so you've got to stay within them. So aside from a sort of team fight where your opposition aren't moving far away,
Right.
what else is an ideal fight for Florentino?
That's literally it. Just fight him and don't run away and don't stun him and don't push him away from his flowers. And then he just kills everyone. That's basically how it goes with Florentino.
Let's find out. We go to our second game of the Latin American region for today, day 1 of Valor Series 3. Ace1 are getting it on with Nova Esports.
I was really sure we were going to see a redraft. I was really sure this was an accident. But no, 0-8 have a plan, and they've already struck once. They've got first blood, and all of Nova keep pushing forward. Fran's down as well. Ace have already lost 2 players, and an Abyssal Dragon, and this high ground's under threat.
TJ, I've double-checked the game, and we are indeed in the right region. All 5 players in the bot lane, check.
Nice. Ace having to play back. This could be the quickest tower I have literally ever seen taken.
Well, it is pre-3 minutes. It's pretty fast, but yeah, they're doing very well, speaking of Nova. And I was about to say before we started the game, I would like Nova to play defensive to be able to get the late game, like we mentioned earlier, but scratch that. We'll just have 3-0 plus in the Abyssal and kill your tower, thank you very much.
They built up such a gold lead. This is actually enormous.
they're literally flipping the digits. It's 8.5 versus 5.8. It's not a place you want to be in for Ace1.
Oh, Sir Master also bullying into the enemy jungle. I don't know where any punish comes from. How do Ace just hold on? How do they get into a point where maybe they can turn this back?
Ace looks like they're just flustered. Like they
I would be too.
misdrafted, and they don't know what to do about it.
So the Florentino's trying to clear jungle, but he's had all his jungle taken away. His clear time isn't bad, like you said, but it's certainly not as good as a dedicated jungle character. And I do feel we're seeing the results of that.
Hey, 9.6 versus 6.9. They're gonna just mirror the those gold counts the entire time here, but yeah, I don't really see a way back. Just denied. Flex tries to go in for the U, gets punished hard by the Hurricane Wall.
Sorry, sir, this business is closed. No solicitors.
Oh my, that was the most shutdown I've ever seen someone tries to go with the shadow and push back.
The Hurricane Wall denies the entrance. The tower is taken.
Nova has no mercy, as we can see no mercy rolling around on that Violet. Just pushing into this mid lane, they just rotate over like, oh, thank you very much, we'll take this as well. E-Buddy, can you spare a kill, please? Shaka just walks right through, literally.
Angelic Splendor through to keep Shaka alive, but he's not really under threat, and the fact that they have the double pressure means the tower falls again.
TJ, you asked if No Mercy is going to be able to take down towers with a Violet. The answer is she's going to just do it by walking up to them and taking them down with her bullets.
Remember the dichotomy of, are they super geniuses or did they mess up in the draft?
I think it's the latter.
Yeah. Unless maybe Florentino, we see something special happen. Metamorphosis will be spent. E-Buddy, star player for this team.
There's no damage.
Find the kill. Yeah.
There's 0 damage. The Foxtrot came out from E-Buddy, and Nova said, wait, did you use an ability? I didn't catch that. Could you say it again?
I think the pressure onto these Abyssals have just been insane. Take a look at the builds here, and the gold tells its own story as Mythy makes the mistake of thinking he can brawl.
It's already a 6K gold lead. This game is out of control, and there's no way for them to get back into it. 4K gold on No Mercy, doubling the amount of most of their members.
Sir Muster does go down. Nicely done by Fran to pick up the kill, but they have the punish. That Hurricane Wall. Shaka for the intercept.
Shaka just says, I don't care if I'm a support, I will take you down, Florentino. 1v9, yeah, I like that nickname, seems pretty accurate.
He does have literally the only kill so far. Okay, so how did Nova make sure this doesn't get dicey? Because we've seen 2 LATAM games where early leads have gone long.
Well, they just need to sit there and farm until 8 minutes when the Darkslayer comes up. Take that and literally win the game right then and there, and don't waste it.
Potentially a problem for many LATAM sides. Nova are focusing on power farming no mercy, it seems. Just putting as much gold as possible onto him and the Zenial 08. Should that be their focus?
Well, Zenial, he's someone who can certainly benefit from all of that farm because of the health benefits that he gets. When he gets more health, he gets more damage. But literally anyone, I think it's fine to farm them up because they'll be winning team fights with that. I think the #1 source should be no mercy, though.
Yep, because of his tower threat. And we'll see that tower threat deployed. Goodbye, tower.
I love how Zenial is not even trying to split push because there's nowhere to split push. Just 5, where I'm here to join the party.
Here's the high ground, properly under threat. It's 7 minutes. Sir Muster will push forward. The Ghost Walk's deployed. Stay alive and actually drop a lot of Ace players low. Now the transition can come through from the mid. High ground tower. Franz caught out. Dropped down to half HP, but the pressure comes through. Buddy stalls out wave. The high ground will survive.
This is, the entire map is just Nova. They're just standing there, literally standing there saying, all right, we'll just take the tower. We'll just walk over to this new tower and take this one. Ace just can't do anything.
We just saw a major power spike come through with builds being finished. I think that was Boomstick I just saw being built on Shaka.
Yeah, Boomstick will allow... Well, wait, Boomstick on Shaka?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I could be wrong. It could have been Mr. Muster, but it'd pick it up. Now, Angelic Splendor will come through. The high ground's down.
Wait, is that
this
game?
Could be game. It's 7 minutes 50. Flex absolutely decimated. No mercy. Does need to fall back. They do need to play it safe, but they did get the core down to half HP.
Yeah, half HP pre 8 minutes. The Darkslayer just woke up. He's like, are we in a game right now? What's going on?
Second high ground up for grabs. Sir Muster pushing in. Does spend the
Ace
Ghost
power.
Walk. That tower's gone.
Yeah, this is getting just hard to watch at this moment for Ace.
Nova.
Final high ground tower.
I speculated maybe they don't have quite the same entrenched legacy as other teams. They disagreed. Mythy burned down underneath the core. E-Buddy will finally shut down one, but Shaka's there for the punish. Now the rest of the team comes through. No mercy has wave against the core, and it will be game #1 surely as the Metamorphosis comes through in exactly 8 minutes 42 to Nova Esports LATAM.
3 sad flowers dot the map as Florentino can do no more, and they fall to the might of Nova in a drubbing of Ace.
That was a speed run.
Goodness.
So, nothing whatsoever. Towers, dragons, the big dark slayers. Oh, no, nothing at all. I'm not sure Ace really got to look at much of the map at all, to be honest with you.
If not for that one kill, that would have been a perfect game. If not for the one Florentino that found one kill.
I think they got another kill into Marja.
Was it 2? Oh yeah, the Marja died underneath the core.
Yeah, underneath the core.
Right.
Yeah, even the core's going, no, wait a minute. So yeah, 8 minutes and a bit, and it's done for Nova, or at least the first part of this best of 2. Remember, every game, every matchup that we do here in Valor Series Season 3, they're all best of 2. So Ace will get a chance to come back and be wiped by Nova again, unless they can do something else by it. Well, now, so let's be fair. Okay, so let's be fair.
I think they made a mistake.
Possibly there's a mistake in that roster. We speculated, okay, maybe that was a connection issue. Maybe it was picked and it didn't come in quite so quickly, and there was a couple of connection issues at the start of that game. Or maybe they just like, well, what do we do? What do we do? And in goes the autolock. So we have a benefit of the doubt to offer to Ace. With that in mind, did you see any performances from what they had which encourages you what they're going to do next?
Not really, I'm going to be honest.
Yes,
It's just...
I knew the wet blanket at the end as you presented yourself would back me up here.
Can I be excitable? I liked Fran. Fran showed up. He was playing Florentino, which I still think was a mistake draft. And it worked out. The Florentino.
That wasn't even what we thought was a mistake draft.
Well,
he's playing the wrong role though, because they messed up. They didn't pick a jungler, so he had to go to the
other
jungle.
ones potentially led him to be Florentino. Yeah.
Right.
That's the game. Hope you didn't blink, because that's the replay of that done. So 3 kills to 9. 3 Oh, we didn't give them the third.
I missed one. Show. Can we see the stats? I
Can we
want
go
to
to
know.
replay?
You can probably figure out who it is.
Oh, when
look,
did Flex get a kill?
Florentina got one. Oh yeah, Harry got one in the hands of Flex.
When that happened? That must have been
Someone
like
Fortnite
as the
went
core
the
was
other way.
crushing.
Yeah, as it was dying. No mercy. Decided to give some mercy.
So that was brutal and done. And in terms of our speculation beforehand about where are we going to find Sir Muster in with Marja and will Violet be used in this way or that way? Okay. I mean, it's difficult to draw conclusions from what was a